This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
All right, from freeway shootings to property crime to homelessness, Oakland is facing plenty of challenges right now. We get it, including now what to pay the mayor for taking all of that on. So as we speak, the city council meeting now to discuss raising Mayor Sheng Tao's salary by up to $75,000. But after public outcry from the NAACP and others, the mayor said today she won't take a penny more than what's mandated by the city charter. The mayor currently makes about $203,000. After tonight, she'll get a bump to at least $216,000 and as much as $278,000. So our Jose Martinez talked with business owners in the city who have different ideas on how that money should be spent.
I'm here in Oakland where City Council is analyzing the possibility of giving Oakland's mayor a pay raise, but that's raising concern out here for many residents and business owners that think this is just not the right time to talk about this. It's a reaction shared by many Oakland residents like Dana Olson today.
I've never seen Oakland this bad in my life. I've never seen Oakland this bad in my life.
She's the owner of Good Neighbor, a store she opened 10 years ago here on Pittman Avenue, but it's been broken into twice since 2021. You can see how while City Council analyzes the possibility of giving Mayor Sheng Tao a $75,000 pay raise, she's here, putting up a gate to protect her business, so she's not happy about this idea.
I don't think she has an easy job. I have to say, I don't see her. She's new in office. It would seem to me that you would want to prove yourself, that you would want to invest without compensation, and then the fruits of your labor as they manifest and people see their lives getting better, be rewarded for that.
Dana is not alone. Philippa Roberts also owns a store on the same street since 2006. She thinks the city should focus on fixing the problems instead of adding more expenses.
Getting more support to our police, more community resource officers on the street, more help just generally in keeping people, we have such a great community here, such a great street. I want everyone to come down here and shop and go to the restaurants. But if they're nervous to, it doesn't, if we're not bringing people in and our businesses aren't doing well, then we're not supporting the city. And so it's kind of got to be I think we really need the money. Any money we have right now should go into keeping Oakland safe.
City Council member Janani Rekmandran agrees.
Right now is not the right time to, take away our limited general fund dollars that could be going into providing these basic constituent services into one person's salary.
She says she would support the minimum mandated salary for the mayor, an increase of about $15,000. It's something that the mayor already says she could accept, but not more than that. In a statement, the mayor said, "I urge the city council to set the mayor's salary at the lowest amount legally required by the city charter. As a leader, I know this is in the best interest of the city's fiscal health, and it is also the right thing to do." And it's definitely what residents like Dana and Philippa want.
This isn't the right time. It's not to say that what she's doing isn't important work. Obviously, she's the elected mayor of our city, but I think she needs to show some of the work before she starts taking compensation.
And Dana tells me she's hopeful that City Council will make the right decision because it all comes down to what's really happening out here in Oakland.
Jose, thank you. And here is what the other Bay Area city mayors are making. San Francisco's mayor, London Breed, was the highest paid mayor in the state last year, making about $444,000 when you factor in benefits. San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan made about $247,000. San Francisco is now turning to city agencies to try to fill its empty office buildings. More than 30% of the city's downtown buildings still sit empty right now. And Mayor Breed is now asking SFUSD, City College, and other city agencies to take stock of what kind of empty real estate they have and come up with a plan on how that space can best be used. The mayor today also sent a letter to the University of California urging the residents to consider establishing a new San Francisco campus right downtown. Meanwhile, San Francisco is scrapping permit fees for restaurant parklets. The Board of Supervisors approved legislation waiving those fees for any parklet approved by June 30th of next year. Businesses had complained the fees could cost them up to $10,000. Supervisors say they hope this encourages restaurants to invest that money into their staff. Well, San Francisco has always been somewhat of a safe space for cannabis culture. Case in point, the city's annual 420 event, which attracts huge crowds every year. And it was that way long before recreational marijuana was legalized in California almost 7 years ago. Well, since then, dozens of dispensaries have set up shop around the city. And according to state data, there are already 80 active retail licenses in San Francisco. But city leaders say that is just too much. So, effective this Sunday, they're banning any new pot shops from opening. Our Sean Chitness shows us how this may actually help the industry.
Malcolm Joshua Whites hopes to one day finish what he started in San Francisco's Soma neighborhood, a cannabis retail store and consumption lounge. Originally scheduled to open in 2021, investors pulled out of the project.
I wanted to animate these floor-to-ceiling windows here.
Part of the challenge of having too many players in the marijuana market. So he hopes having a ban on new applications in the city will help new money support businesses like his, already in the works.
The moratorium is just one lever now that cannabis policy has and I have as a prospective business owner to try to, seek investors and say, hey, look, this is still something special.
This is one of our flower cultivation rooms.
Adam Hayes is the owner of a cannabis business that grows and distributes dispensaries around the state. He agrees the market is oversaturated and the city needs to step in.
There's a lot of companies that are not making it at this point, and they're saving you a lot of time and heartache by not allowing you to even apply at this point.
Not only does Supervisor Asha Safai think there are too many cannabis businesses in San Francisco, he says the ratio of stores to residents in the city is one of the highest in the country, and the black market takes up 60% of all sales, which is why he introduced this ordinance.
I think it will be beneficial to all of the businesses, allow them an opportunity to stabilize and get a foothold in the market to see whether or not they're able to succeed or not.
While expanding legalization of cannabis outside of California and improving the safety of those doing the business in the state remain major challenges, Adam hopes the moratorium helps those still here.
There's a lot of hardworking individuals that have great products and great companies here in San Francisco, and it's really important to support them.
$1 million in new investments will get Malcolm closer to opening this business. But he says the city's return to what the Soma neighborhood once was before COVID is also crucial.
I need all the conventions in the world to come here to San Francisco. So when investors see a turnaround on that side of things, combined with the moratorium, I think that, that's when I'll be able to rustle up some interest.
The city plans to check in with the industry annually and provide an in-depth study after 3 years to determine the progress made by this pause on new cannabis businesses.
The moratorium runs through the end of 2027. At that point, the Board of Supervisors could either renew it or let it expire. San Jose police, they want you to take a good look at this surveillance video. It shows the moment the driver of a dark-colored sedan struck and ultimately killed a woman on a bicycle. It happened just before midnight, June 3rd, at Monterey and Kerdner. The victim lived for more than a month before succumbing to her injuries on July 8th. The driver did not stop and is still on the run.